Well, a quick video update. The last one I was in Thailand and just been released from hospital, having had I got knocked down by a scooter. Funnily enough, I'd ridden all the way around the Chiang Mai Loop and nothing had happened, and I was perfectly all right on a Himalayan 450 motorcycle. And then when I got to Chiang Mai, I was brain in neutral, walking across the road, got knocked unconscious by a scooter crossing a zebra crossing. Actually woke up in hospital. First thing I thought was, where am I? And the second one, how much is this going to cost? That was about 3 weeks ago, and I'm back in Hong Kong, and this is the first time I felt good enough to go for a sort of semi-run. I sort of half ran, half walked up the path. Funnily enough, I bumped into a young girl out with her dogs, and she said, there's a king cobra on the path, but I never saw it. The purpose of this is just to talk about the recovery and what's going to happen going forward on this channel particularly. The last couple of weeks I've been trying to recover. I broke my ribs, knocked myself unconscious, and I was suffering quite badly from a concussion. I sort of read up on it, and the solution was to rest a lot and sleep, which is what I've done. A little bit of exercise, a few walks. I did a 4-day just water fast. All I drank was water for 4 days. I read somewhere it's good for pain management, because I really was struggling with sleeping with the broken ribs, and also I have broken one of my toes, which doesn't help. And I didn't fracture my big strong Neanderthal jaw, but I really bruised it and damaged some tendons. I would say I'm 80% recovered. I'm now getting it back into fitness. The water diet, I read about it on the internet, and it seems very good for resetting the body, and particularly the last few days, to help with pain management and recovery from injury, and also to sort of properly detox the body. And I have to say, I thoroughly recommend it. It's not easy to do. It is boring. I mean, eating and drinking is fun. It gives you something to do. And also there are moments of hunger pangs, but not too bad. And I drank probably twice as much water as I normally do. Anyway, I'm very happy to have got out and about on one of my running trails. So the purpose of this video is just to sort of update what's going to happen on my channel. I'm going to make a lot more effort to produce some better content. I had a friend of mine, we served together in Royal Hong Kong Police back in the day. He's an Australian. We served together in the 90s. He did some absolutely fascinating stuff. Went in the counter-terrorist team, went in the underwater, the water team of called the Special Duties Unit of Royal Hong Kong Police, and he came out to stay. Anyway, long story short, we both bought CF Moto 450 MTs in Perth from Ace Scooters and Motorcycles, and the bikes will turn up in about a couple of weeks. They're all spec'd up, and we're going to do some riding, and we're also going to do some yarns, outback fireside talks, reminiscing about not just the Royal Hong Kong Police, which I think that story has, we're all getting old now, and one day we'll all snuff it, and that era in the Royal Hong Kong Police will sort of be forgotten about. And it's absolutely interesting, gun battles with triads, and chasing smugglers in speedboats, and fast roping down out of Sikorskis and Wessexes in my day. So there's some very interesting stories to be had about the Royal Hong Kong Police. Also, I found it with paragliding. I'll talk about what we did. It was actually quite crazy what we did in the, what I did in the late 80s. And then Nick later came on board, and we flew around together. And in fact, while he was here, he hadn't flown for 26 years, and I took him out flying here on Lantau, and I think he was a little nervous, a little rusty, but he did it. He's that sort of guy. Yes, talking about paragliding as well, and also what we have done since. I went into investigations and intelligence, and there's some fantastic stories which I feel time's gone by long enough to disclose some absolutely fascinating stories. You know, some of them chasing money launderers across Latvia and Poland and Vanuatu and Cancun and those sort of things. I mean, they're really interesting stories. And Nick on the other side went into security, and so he'll have some interesting stories as well, no doubt. And then we're just going to be, you know, two old guys riding around in the outback in Western Australia. It's a part I haven't been to for a long time. Australia, I've been to Australia quite a few times, but my last ride was a long time ago on a XT500 where I nearly killed myself. And so now Nick's Australian, he has a little small holding south of Perth, and yeah, we're going to go off on the bikes and see what happens. I'm going to bring all the filming kit, and as I say, we're going to put some stories together. On my other channel, Let's Talk Forensics, I'm going to resurrect it again. I did a lot of thought pieces on camera, you know, sort of 10-15 minute talks on fraud, investigating fraud, planning fraud investigations, yada yada yada. When I was with Mazar, when I was a partner at Mazar, and of course I'm no longer there, and nothing so ex as an ex-employee, and I think they've taken down the podcast, but I'm going to resurrect those because I think whilst Nick and I are getting old and no one wants to employ us anymore because we're the wrong colour, wrong sex, wrong age, both of us have a hell of a lot of knowledge about him on the security side and me on the investigation and intelligence side. So that's the plan going forward, and yeah, I hope you follow the channel, either Let's Talk Forensics or the Big Bike Trip one.再见.